road is that rough. The Tatars simply die and get left on the side of the track. Settle down, settle down. Just me, you know who it is. Come on, come on. Now, a lot of people are not taught or don't know how to handle cattle. Now I'm coming into their territory here, and they're chopper mustard cows. They're not spooked, they know to run. So the best thing you can do is get in the middle of them and talk to them. Let them get to know you so that they don't get spooked. And with a little bit of care, they'll come over, their curiosity will kick in, and they'll come over and they'll say g'day. And next time they won't run as much. For many years I've been getting hunters into the bush on landowners' properties to hunt wild deer. And most of our hunters are really good around cattle. They'll listen and they'll respect. They'll stay, they'll keep their wind off cattle so they don't spook them. They won't push them into corners. You know, they'll do the right thing. Some people simply don't know. And you know, really, how do they know unless you tell them or you show them? So this is probably what I'm doing here. You know, get to know your cattle, let them know you, let them realise that you're not the big bad wolf, and yeah, they're smart critters. They'll work it out. This to me is all part of the dog trapping. When you come on a property to trap, you get to know your cattle, get to know where the cows are calving, if there's any dead animals around, where the dogs will be hunting if they are hunting calves, and you get to know the stock themselves. You'll see if they're spooked up, and you can sort of tell then if they are getting hammered at night by dogs. A lot you can learn from them. See that beast there? It's been hit hard by buffalo fly. Now the landowners treat these cattle as much as they can. You'll see the majority of animals are pretty good. This one's got a lot of fly on it. This one over here's got some fly on it, not a lot. Go on, big pretty girl. The buffalo fly were brought in on the buffalo into the Northern Territory, and there used to be checkpoints where cattle were sprayed and cleared. They tried to stop it coming down into the southern states, but it was fighting a losing battle back in those times, and now it's everywhere. They just bite and suck blood out of these cattle. Again, you'll look here and you'll see that the landowners, even though these are big properties, they are being responsible. They've treated their cattle well, and the cattle are fat, looking beautiful. And yeah, there's a few fly on these, but I've seen them so that bad in some areas that it's just a cloud, like a haze going over the top of the cattle. The buffalo fly can be that bad. So you'll get some animals, like you'll see that one there that's scarred up on the shoulders. What we find is that there will be one animal, maybe out of 100, that will really be affected bad by those flies. Same with like cattle ticks. There'll be like 10% of your cattle will usually carry about 90% of your ticks. To me, they're the ones to select and sell, get rid of, and keep the ones that have got a natural immunity to those parasites. So what we're doing is, you could say we're genetically engineering. We're pulling out the genetics that are more suited to this country, and we're letting them propagate. And that's one of the things we do even when we're trapping. If we're trapping the ones that are easier and the ones that are out there that are tougher, smarter, more resilient at dodging us, well then basically what we're doing is we're breeding a tougher, more resilient dog. Same with the deer. The wild deer of this country, they're adapting to this country. They've been brought basically from the other hemisphere right around put into Australia, opposite side of the earth. Different conditions, everything right down to the microbes in the soil are different to what they were used to. So they're adapting. They are, and the toughest ones are surviving. All part of the game. Good girls. Okay, you all settled down? Everybody's happy? See you tomorrow. Okay, here's the trap set where we left the chain exposed. And we've got one trap there, another there. All we've had past is one or more cattle beasts. They've come right through there. Nearly stepped on it, but they didn't. They've got past it. I might just put a little bit more sand, a little scoop of sand here on top of that pan because it's just showing a little bit more weight there. Okay, so we've got one trap, the other one. Let's keep going. No dog tracks on the road at all. Look at those ranges out there. When you think that they stretch for miles and miles and miles down to the coast, and dingoes in a whole lot of, there's no shortage of them. We're heading up to the trap set where we caught the saddleback dog here on our last trap of the, what was that, 2 nights ago? See if there's another one, but it looks pretty quiet from here. All quiet. No tracks back on the road. Well, looks like we've got a big storm rolling in out there in the west now. That's in the right spot to get us, that one. So I'll try and get all the traps checked as quick as I can, refresh them. This one here is still intact, even though the cattle have been all around it. I thought it would have fired by now, I really did, but nothing at all. Might turn around, boys. Tried to cut along this fence line, but too much rock. Rough. Must be getting soft. Another beautiful dam. Heaps of cattle. Hey girls. Hey girls. Goodie. Settle down. Settle down. Everybody want to beat you through the gate and then pull up. Beat me through the gate and then pull up. Buggy. Brandon. Yep, that's telling me something, skunk. That's telling me that there's been a dog there marking on that rock. The skunk meister's going to go and mark on it himself now. Watch this. Cock his leg on it. Right, so that's a great place to trap, but how do you trap there when these terrorists will just come and knock it down? People wonder why I have the dogs with me. I'll tell you for a wild dogs in the area. Does it again, a second time. Hey, for our hot spot. Brandon, Sit. Good boy. No. No. Brandon, no. No. No, skunk. No. I said no. A lot of people don't realise that this is what it's all about. Rural properties are a business. And there's people out there say, oh, yeah, the effect that landowners have on the environment. Yeah, righto. Yep. But these same people might own a business in the city and it's all concrete and bitumen made out of steel and plastic and everything else, the things that you're made out of. And they reckon that doesn't have a footprint. Where do you think the building materials came from? Okay? When you think of how much went into a street, one street in a city, the amount of steel, the amount of concrete, everything that goes into that skyscraper. Okay, somebody's got a business in there, they're part of that. How much mining, trucking, transport, building, electricity went into building that building that you've got. And people can then hypocritically say, oh, look at the landowners having an effect on the environment, oh, the cattle are farting and this sort of thing. People are hypocrites. We've all got an effect. Here, people are growing these cattle and these Wagyu. They're high price at the moment. They're very, very much in demand. The guy that's got these has gone right out there. He has put his money where his mouth is, and he's invested a lot of money in these cattle. So even one of these calves getting killed by a dingo is probably, you know, a $5,000 animal. So we've got to strike a balance. There can be dogs up here if they want to live up in that thick country, behave themselves, well and good. If you're down here eating these Wagyu, I'll kill every one of you I can. No. Skunk, no. No. On truck. No. On truck. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. No. Dude's gone to sleep again. You going to sleep again, dude? Eh? He turned into a bit of a soft tail. There we go. Yep. That's a bit rough, wasn't it, eh? The storm blew away, dogs. Maybe tomorrow. Right, old fellas. That's our last trap check for the day. That's 14 dogs in 11 days, 10 nights trapping. Literally, we've only seen one set of tracks for the whole day, and we caught a dog not far from where we saw those tracks. So, yeah, I think the ones that are here, the remaining dogs, are probably a little bit shell-shocked. Their mates are gone, so they'll be searching. I think we'll pick up another one or two, and then that'll be the end of the program here for this time. It just shows we can come here. I think the first time we took 26 dogs. The second time was 16 or 18. And now, you know, 14, 15, 16, something like that. They just keep rolling in. Okay, we've come around about another 4 or 5 kilometres to this really nice dam here. In the 4 different times I've been trapping on this place, I've never been down to this back corner. It's just pretty hard to get to. So I'm just hoping there might be a dog here. There's thick country on the other side, on the main creek.